Hi, I'm Alejandro with Gengras, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Today we're going to go over the 2022 Chrysler Pacifica, in particular, the Pinnacle. So, Pinnacle is exactly what you think it is. It is the pinnacle of the Pacificas. It's going to have everything, right? So, easiest way to see if it's a Pinnacle is it says Pinnacle right here on the side. The wheels are going to help, but you see that Pinnacle logo, you know it's a Pinnacle. If I open this up here, you can actually take a look at the interior. So this caramel color, I like to call it, you're only going to see in Pinnacles, along with the Napa quilted seats, the Napa quilted leather seats. I love that it has that almost ivory binding around it. And if you take a look at the interior, you're going to get real wood inlays, and you're going to have that same caramel color coming in throughout the stitching of the vehicle. What's nice about the Pacifica is when you are in the driver's seat, everything is orientated towards you, right? So obviously steering wheel, gauge, cluster is going to be facing you anyway. But from the driver's seat, the entire entertainment system is tilted towards you, right? So if you notice, right, when we did our video on the Dodge Durango, is that even the Durango took cues from this. The redesigned Durango, everything is facing towards the driver. So it's very driver-centric. What's nice, it's even though it's pointed towards me being the driver in this case, as the passenger, I still have access to this stuff. I still have the dual climate controls, everything that I can use the screen for, there's a button for. And if I'm driving, I don't want to mess with the screen. Whoever's in the passenger seat can still deal with all these features because it's not tilted as aggressively as you might think it is, right? If we come into the second row, this is something that's really cool about Pinnacles. So Pinnacles actually don't have stow and go, right? When we think of Pacificas, we think of the stow and go system, right? It's one of the biggest selling points because whether you are using the seats or not, you can fold the seats into the vehicle so that you can have extra room for cargo or boxes, whatever it is, right? This being a Pinnacle, these seats are not going to fold into the vehicle, okay? One, in my opinion, they're too nice to do so, right? But the benefit of having the Pinnacle is even if you can't fold it in as far as stow and go goes, you can just pop the seat out of place, right? So if I look at the side of the seat, right, you still have all the traditional markings of what the stow and go would be in regards to where you're going to pull, where you're going to fold, so on and so forth. But there's actually a latch right here in the very front of the seat where if I pull that, it'll unhook and I can just take the seat completely out. So if I need to, let's say, move boxes or I'm moving and I need the room, I can just remove the seats from inside the vehicle, put them in the garage, put them in the house, and then just pop them in later. Again, you got Napa quilted leather seats. This isn't something that you necessarily want to be folding into a stow and go spot anyway, because what if it rips? What if it tears? These are beautiful seats, beautiful interior. That's not really what you want to do. If you come inside the vehicle, what's nice about the Pacifica is that every row of the Pacifica has its own climate control system and its own charging stations, charging ports. This is something that the Grand Cherokee L, Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer actually adopted as well. So when we talk about third rows, right, that's the biggest selling point when the Grand Cherokee L first came in. The whole purpose and the whole point of it was making sure that first, second, third row still has all the amenities. You don't want to be lost in a sea of black plastic back here in the third row. It really started with the Pacifica, right? I'd like to say maybe 2018 is when you really started seeing the Pacifica become that luxury SUV. Now at this point, again, 2022 Pinnacle, there's no doubt, even just by looking at it, that this has got everything you're going to need. This particular one is going to give you the rear seat entertainment group. So you've got TVs that fold directly into the seat here. You look on the side here, again, you've got your aux, HDMI, and another charging station along with whatever else you have in the vehicle. Right up on the ceiling, okay, you've got your own fans. And on the passenger side of the vehicle, you've got your climate controls right there. You're going to notice you've got this big, beautiful panoramic sunroof. But when you're in a Pacifica, you actually have a third mini sunroof for the third row. So this Pinnacle is an all-wheel drive Pinnacle. You've already got your tow hitch already set up. Now, again, even though the vehicle doesn't have the stow and go, right, in the second row, you've still got it in the third row. Check this out. This is actually really cool. So following the Napa quilted interior, you've got like little pillows for this thing. And it follows the same color scheme too. So again, when you're in the back seat, you need it for your back, or someone's taking a nap in the third row, which is where I usually am if I'm in a minivan. You've got your pillows set up too, which is really nice. Along with the pillows and all the other accessories that the Pinnacle is going to give you, it's also got right here in this little compartment, it's got a stow and vac system. So you have different tools so you can vacuum the vehicle. And in another bag that it has that we can show it at the end of the video, it also has the holes already in place for you to vacuum from inside the vehicle. So again, if you're in a Pacifica, probably got kids in here. Kids make messes. Let's clean it up while we can. Whether you're going to use the space back here or you're going to stow and go, the Pinnacle is nice because, again, just like the Grand Cherokee L, Overland and higher, and then the Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer, these seats fold by a button, right? So right back here, right now it's in normal, right? I can have the vehicle move back, or the seat move back. So that's as far back as it reclines, okay? If you look right here on the wall itself, you can do right side, both sides, or left side, okay? I'm gonna get around you. So I can move it back. I can move it forward. I can do, let's say the left side, I want it to be all the way back, okay? If for whatever reason, this is how people sit in the third row, right? Or if I want to just stow both of them, I just leave it right here. I leave the cursor right here in the middle, and I hit stow. And what's going to happen is both seats are going to do what they need to do to be able to stow. What's really nice, you can see it in real time, is because they were in different orientations of seats, they're still able to act independently, which is super nice. And when they come down, you're going to notice that the bottom of the seats actually have like skid plates. They have protectors already in place because they know if you're going to be throwing stuff back here, you're going to have to slide stuff in. That's why this material, and even up there towards the front, it's all consistent throughout the vehicle. So again, I'm Alejandro with Gengras Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This has been a walk around of the 2022 Chrysler Pacifica Pinnacle. Mouthful, right? I'm here every day except Wednesday. Sundays we're closed. I'll see you soon.